Welcome everyone to Friday Night Fury. We have got a huge show for you lined up here tonight. 5 incredible matches, and we're starting off with a new alliance. Morgan Knight and Abaddon take on the stalwarts LGB TKO. Live from Auckland, New Zealand is where hosts FNF tonight. Just 2 weeks away from FNF Paradigm Shift, which will be held in nearby Melbourne, Australia. There you see Abaddon. Their relationship to the legacy champion Morgan Knight, still a mystery, though we know Morgan has spoke highly of Abaddon, stating that they share similar visions of the world and its inhabitants. We know Morgan Knight will be defending their Legacy Championship against Natty Neptune at FNF Paradigm Shift. So that is surely going to be a match of the night contender, you have to imagine. But Morgan Knight, not exactly known for their incredible match prowess. It is more their brutality and dominance in the ring that has gained them recognition. And Abaddon, I'm not even sure that they understand what it means to wrestle. I think that it's more to do with just brutality, decimation, and domination. This will, of course, be a standard tag team matchup with eliminations. First team to get both members eliminated will lose here tonight, the other team becoming the victors. Morgan Knight feeding off the energy of the Auckland, New Zealand crowd. First time FNF has ever run in New Zealand. And there they are, LGBTKO, certified lover boy Selena Adams and Kumio Ishimoto. Both of these ladies have dates with Destiny at Paradigm Shift. Selena Adams will be taking on the owner-operator, ace-face CEO Cassidy Clark in a grudge match, while Kumio Ishimoto will be defending against Kel Valen in a 2 out of 3 falls match for that Destiny Championship. LGBTKO fan favorites going into this one, seemingly having lots of supporters here in New Zealand. Will that be able to will them to a win against this dominant force of Morgan Knight and Abaddon? CJ Wong, incumbent official, rings the bell, and Selena goes in for the smack immediately on Morgan Knight. Morgan up over. Scorpion death drop drops Selena down. Be interesting to see to what degree Morgan Knight relies on Abaddon in this thing. Big dive is evaded by Selena Adams off the top, and she looks to take control with a leg snap right on the hamstring. Selena Adams very proficient in the legs, and a huge slingshot lariat there. Is now grabbing Morgan Knight and just chucking them to the side. Once again going back to the other leg this time and gripping on the leg, twisting and torting it in a very devastating manner. Kumio Ishimoto in the ring now. Champion versus champion. You don't often see this. Destiny versus Legacy. And you see Kumio trying to focus in on those legs, capitalizing on the weaknesses that Selena exposed. That's what makes Kumio such a devastating champion. As Morgan is sent to the outside, they crash hard on the floor. Selena watches on as Kumio is taken down by Morgan Knight. And again, Kumio goes back to those legs, and they are proving their benefit. Morgan Knight catching themselves on their own weight. Kumio Ishimoto going for some shots but couldn't quite get it. Kumio Ishimoto defying the odds with a big boot propped on that box-like structure at ringside. blends into the concrete quite well as Kumio Ishimoto throws Morgan Knight into the steel steps at ringside. Oh, and what a back elbow. That was a jawbreaker right there. Luckily, Kumio not a carrier of a glass jaw. Up to a count of 8. 20 count is the count out time for tag team matches. Big knee lift there by Morgan Knight. Looking to follow through with a neck breaker out of a suplex. Very impressive there from Morgan Knight. As they stay on top of Kumio. Big face buster takes the Destiny champion down. That's a tag to Selena and a tag to Abaddon. From champions to non. Big smack in the face. That's brave from Selena Adams. She is beating the hell out of Abaddon right here. But Abaddon, first time that they are in the match, and they are right on Selena Adams. Big shot in the mouth. Selena up and over to the apron. Selena in a bad spot. Big back suplex on the ringside, and then a knee to the back and another one. Abaddon clearly targeting the spine of Selena Adams. Big slam and almost inverse power bomb there from Abaddon. Selena went for the lariat. Desperation Hail Mary, couldn't quite get it. And a back suplex again targeting that spine of Selena Adams. Now indulging in a little finger food is Abaddon. Kumio watching on, not getting involved. I respect the decorum here. And big knee lift there by Adams. And a toss into the ring apron from Adams. Looking to get a pound of flesh in the form of a snapped arm, perhaps. Up to a count of 7. CJ Wong giving him plenty of time out here, even with the 20 count, which is already incredibly lenient. Telling him get in the ring. CJ doesn't want to see this end in a count out any more than any of us do. Selena maybe trying to pick up some company for after this matchup. Selena Adams grabs Abaddon. Dr. Teeth. Hope they got good dental down here in Auckland as Kumio gets back in. You want to talk about a match I'd love to see? Kumio Ishimoto and Abaddon for the Destiny Championship. Seems like it would be an incredible match as Kumio manages to block whatever Abaddon was attempting to go for there. Now to the leg of Abaddon. Kumio goes. Kumio, Gourd Buster, GTS, a classic of Ishimoto's. Abaddon looks like they countered that big knee lift and caught him with a clothesline. Kumio in a bad spot. Big body splash is evaded. Back and forth jockeying for position. Neither able to stay on top for long. Nice Russian leg sweep there. And a couple punches right to the jaw for good measure. But Abaddon right back into it. And a springboard attempt by Abaddon. Chalk that up to things I never thought I'd see. Kumio moved out of the way. Ground and pound, and the pie facing from Kumio Ishimoto to Abaddon. And now going with a bit of damage to the hand, stomping on the palm and the fingers. Kumio wants to bring in Selena Adams once again, and she will. Selena, the legal participant for LGBTKO. And Selena chucking Abaddon to the floor, landing hard does Abaddon. And Selena going in after the leg of Abaddon now. She did some real damage to Morgan Knight's leg, who has been seen occasionally nursing it even while on the apron. And now going to the other one. Look at that dexterity to roll through for a swinging Samoan drop. Selena Adams truly incredible in that ring. Knee lift there by Abaddon sends Adams into the barrier separating the competitors from the faithful. And Abaddon channeling some energy here. Looked over to Morgan Knight perhaps to get a bit of inspiration for brutality. Adams heads back in the ring. Abaddon hesitating, and Adams not gonna hesitate again. Big kick in the face there by Abaddon. And Abaddon just throwing Selena Adams into the apron. That is a hard hit for Selena Adams. She cannot afford to take damage like this ahead of her match with Cassidy Clark in 2 weeks at FNF Presents Paradigm Shift. Look at this power. 1031, and her head hit the barricade as well. Abaddon stalking to go in for these headbutts. Absolutely brutal from Abaddon. Abaddon now grabbing Selena Adams. Nice neck breaker there. And a pop splash as well. Some unbelievable athleticism from someone like Abaddon that you would not expect to see. Now a toss to the side. Selena spent a lot of time on the outside in this matchup, both on offense and defense. Morgan Knight gets back in the ring. And Morgan looking to go for a baseball slide, but Selena managed to counter it. Morgan, though, grabs Selena and now is going to nail that neck breaker out of the suplex. A very interesting maneuver there by Morgan Knight that they keep going back to, but it is effective. Morgan thinks that could be all she wrote for Selena. One kick out at one by Selena Adams, defiantly so. And Morgan tagging Abaddon back in. Clearly, this is more about Abaddon than it is about Morgan. Kick to the leg, off the ropes. Abaddon goes, and a big spiking Rana from Abaddon. Goes in for the cover. 1, 2. Selena kicks out. Morgan and a little late to defend that one. Maybe shouting words of encouragement instead. And a springboard lariat from Abaddon. That's incredible, and Abaddon looked like they were going for something there, but now just begging Selena to bring in Kumio Ishimoto. Abaddon is done playing with her food. She wants Kumio Ishimoto. Now the living dead girl sent outside the ring by Kumio Ishimoto, the Destiny champion. Abaddon's so hard to track as now Kumio goes back to their knee, just punching away at it. And attacking that left leg. That could be a huge target, a focal point for LGBTKO. Doctor teeth from Kumio on the floor. This match has had a lot of out-of-the-ring time. Definitely getting their money's worth, exploring the space. Big elbow drops there aplenty by Abaddon, but a jawjacker from Kumio. And a Mayo Rana as well. Fantastically done, as now Kumio looks to continue on it with a kick to the leg and another one. Those leg kicks are just staggering Abaddon. Abaddon in a bad spot here. Kumio Ishimoto so well versed with her legs. Big gourd buster on the barrier. That fan in the front row getting a fantastic in-person experience unlike anything else. Oh my God. Gotch pile driver on the floor to Abaddon. Up to a count of 14. This one could go double count out and it would be 2 people gone. A Beal into the barrier. Kumio nearly knocking that barrier over. Went for the kick and it was countered. Up to a count of 17. It's close. Abaddon gets back in the ring. Kumio got to get back in as well. And she will. Abaddon definitely ready to go the full measure. Twisting slam there by Abaddon. Butterfly style. Kumio back up and it's once again champion versus champion. Kick from Morgan Knight and that big Death Valley driver from Knight. Fantastically done. 1, 2. Kick out by Kumio Ishimoto off that swinging Death Valley driver. Morgan Knight now looking to possibly lock in a variation on a Muda lock here. Selena knows how deadly that is and is going to get in to break it up. Very wise decision. Morgan Knight going to try and take Selena out. That does not look like it's going to go well for Morgan, the Legacy champion. Big back elbow once again. Went for the pump kick and it's countered back and forth and back and forth. And LGBTKO take advantage again. Kumio Ishimoto with these classic vintage hard-hitting strikes. Absolutely vicious. Morgan back up, runs in, trips it up. And Kumio, it's time to watch your step on your way to hell. Kumio lands hard there, but Morgan Knight needs to reposition Kumio Ishimoto. She is not in an advantageous position, now in a better spot. 1, 2. Selena in for the break. A great tag team partner Selena Adams is. Say what you want about her character, about the kind of person that she is. She is a fantastic partner to Kumio Ishimoto. Brain breaker to Morgan Knight. Good Lord. Some animosity there, clearly. And Kumio with a ripcord forearm to the face of Morgan Knight, the legacy champion, on the back foot. Kumio now getting up and just pie-facing Morgan repeatedly with these shots to the forehead. And it's kind of hard to articulate just how painful something like that is. Just imagine someone full palm striking you as hard as they can in the forehead. And Kumio now lining up Selena Adams for the rocket launcher onto Morgan Knight. Selena up to the top. Abaddon looked like they were going to try and do something about it, but not quite able to. Selena went for the dive, but landed right on her shoulder. Morgan in with a shot to the side of the head. And Abaddon now looking to possibly go in for the kill. Calling up Selena Adams. Has her hooked. Widow's Peak! And Selena's eliminated. Referee CJ Wong calling it for her own safety. Oh my goodness, Abaddon to Kumio now. Widow's Peak, and Kumio's done as well. And in the fell swoop, Abaddon defeats LGBTKO with that Widow's Peak. Could that be the new most devastating maneuver in FNF? I don't think that there's much competition as we move into the next matchup. Speaking of the next matchup, we have got Angela Terry taking on Laz Morgan. Angela Terry made a great debut last week, getting a victory, while Laz Morgan recently saying that she no longer needs the FNF people, those so-called lesbians, behind her because they were not there for her when she was at her lowest. Angela Terry, the terrorizer, a big, brooding powerhouse, capable of destruction in that ring. Angela Terry definitely strikes fear into the hearts of her opponents, though Laz Morgan seemingly fearless since this attitude shift has taken place. Angela Terry definitely will have the size advantage in this one. She is definitely someone that you want to keep your eye on. You can even see her saying there, "Keep your eyes on me." She commands attention. She commands respect. Angela Terry is not here to play around in FNF. She wants everything. She wants the domination. She wants the FNF Heavyweight Championship, you have to imagine. And then there is the curious case of Laz Morgan. Once beloved by the fan base, now she says she stands alone, that they were no longer there for her. Said, you were lesbians, but you are no longer. Truly is heartbreaking to see someone so nice fall to those misgivings. But Laz Morgan, definitely one of the most world-class competitors in FNF. Just breaks my heart to see her be pushed to these levels. One thing cannot be denied, Laz Morgan has definitely been a lot more brutal since the altercation with Jamie Hayter, where she suffered a second broken wrist, taking her out of action from the first FNF show. She did defeat Jamie Hayter at Fury Road back in Cardiff a few weeks ago. But ever since then, she has not been the same. Let's get into this one, though. Angela Terry gonna try and overpower Les with a big bail to start off. Not often you see someone get thrown around like that this early in the match off the ropes. And Angela Terry making Les look like a full big body splash there. Going for another one. And Terry not here to play around, but neither is Laz Morgan. Laz eats a knee to the stomach, and she is definitely on the back foot here. Look at that. Laz Morgan posted up like a board for this huge delaying suplex from Angela Terry. Angela now the power into a dominator. Laz Morgan hasn't hit a single move all night. Oh my God, this is devastating right here. Laz Morgan getting overwhelmed. Finally manages to get something going with that lowercase attitude adjustment. Shot to the stomach and went for a big hip toss, countered into a dragon suplex. Good God, Laz. Oh my goodness, you want to get back into it, up and over. And Lazar goes for a dive, but she misjudged the distance, came up short, landing hard on her tailbone and coccyx. It's not the kind of fate you want to befall. Laz up on the shoulders, but reversed into a layout DDT. Lazar Morgan trying to make up for all that damage that was dealt in the early minutes of this matchup. She's doing a damn good job of it, but she got a little ahead of herself on that dive. Could have done permanent damage to her coccyx. Canadian Destroyer from the Niagara Falls native. Toss to the side. Laz Morgan not done, getting back in the ring. And she is definitely not feeding off the energy here. It seems, oh my goodness, goes for it again and gets the senton. Hyped herself up to nail that on the second attempt. Double stomp the kick. Went for another stomp. Laz is on fire right now. Angela Terry, though, putting a stop to that by tossing her to the side. Laz now nailing some punches, but a huge stinger right to the mouth from Angela Terry. Laz Morgan heading back in the ring along with Angela Terry. But Laz wants to keep it on the floor. And a springboard shooter from Laz Morgan. And another double stomp. Laz, no matter how she feels about these fans, certainly knows how to rile them up and get them on her side. My God, Yoshi Tonic! Code red from Laz Morgan. Incredible offense. Went for another double stomp, countered by Angela Terry that time, but Laz not done. Tripping up Angela Terry, and now could be looking for a curb stomp on the floor. Good Lord. Laz Morgan, a walking best match machine, it seems. Tosses Angela into the barrier before getting back in the ring herself. Telling her to stay down there where she belongs. Angela just simply getting overwhelmed by Laz Morgan, displaying a lot that I did not expect us to see. Oh my goodness, what in the hell is this? The power splash mountain by Laz Morgan. That's insane strength from Morgan, but Terry finally getting back into it, tossing Laz to the side. And Terry gets back in the ring, wants Laz to her feet. And she does. She'll get her wish in the ring. Laz goes. And a huge lariat. And another one from Laz Morgan. And a nice drop kick as well. Face washing into the cover. 1, 2. And a light kick out there by Angela Terry. She is feeling the effects of this one, but Laz arguing with CJ Wong, saying that should have been it. But I think she's going to try to make sure here. She locks in the laceration onto Angela Terry. All the damage done. Could it be enough? Laz gets the win with the laceration. After, quite frankly, a dominant performance after a shaky beginning. Laz Morgan gets a fantastic win there. Showcasing exactly how brutal she can be as we move into the next matchup. And in our next matchup, we've got Elise Miller taking on Siobhan Palmer. Elise Miller, one half of the tag team champions with Akane Tsuji. Siobhan Palmer and her sister-in-law Alexis Smith will be taking on Yin and Yang next Sunday, FNF Paradigm Shift, episode 1.10, 2 weeks' time. Elise Miller making her way down the aisle. Yin and Yang, the longest reigning FNF tag team champions of all time by a wide margin. They are definitely one of the most divisive tag teams in FNF history as well. Some people saying that they are killing the division by being too dominant. Hell of a complaint to have lobbied against you. Yin and Yang, unbeatable it seems. But if anyone can do it, it would be Siobhan Palmer and Alexis Smith. Siobhan Palmer, the crown jewel of British pro wrestling royalty. The only woman on planet Earth to unify the wrestling families of the Palmers, the Clarks, and the Smiths into one prime wrestling machine. Siobhan Palmer, absolutely brilliant in the ring. One to keep your eye out on for sure. I see a future world champion in front of us. She's had one crack at it before, came up short against her mother-in-law, Cassidy Clark. But Siobhan Palmer definitely has a lot to give to this industry. And at such a young age, the sky is truly the limit for Palmer. So it'll be Elise Miller versus Siobhan Palmer. And Siobhan starts off with a kick there to Elise Miller. Going for a big suplex perhaps, but Elise gets out. Already struggling with that German as Siobhan tried to fight it off, but she did get it ultimately. Off the top, Elise could be looking to go. Big moonsault is evaded by Siobhan, who slowly got to her feet. And now time to die right on Elise Miller. Nice moonsault there by Siobhan, doing what Elise could not. And Siobhan now up to the top rope she goes. And a dragon rana from Siobhan Palmer. Good Lord. 1, 2. Kick out at just under 2. From Elise Miller. And Siobhan with a middle rope moonsault now. She's hit him off too. Does she have a top rope one in store perhaps? And a monkey flip from Siobhan Palmer to Elise Miller. Elise back up and Siobhan rolling out of the way of that one. And now a little insult to injury to Elise Miller with some hip attacks here. Maybe also a nod to her mother-in-law, Cassidy Clark. And now applying a muzzle lock on Elise Miller is Siobhan Palmer. Nice double shoulder throw there by Elise Miller. Up and over she goes, and Elise just having fun, getting some blood flowing back to her brain with that handstand there. And Elise, though, going inward for a corkscrew crossbody, but Siobhan managed to evade it. And a big last crusader onto the ringside area. Siobhan Palmer is just throwing shout-outs to every single member of her wrestling family. Big power bomb and a humongous knee to the face. Elise Miller is out of it right now. She hasn't hit hardly a thing all night. And Siobhan telling her to bring it. She wants some competition. Elise looking to do just that, but Siobhan grabs her on the ropes. Big back elbow there from Elise. And a nice arm trap DDT. Very impressive by Elise Miller. And a chin lock applied by Elise is quickly escaped by Siobhan. Another last crusader from Palmer. Just devastating the neck and skull area of Elise Miller. Siobhan Palmer all over Elise right now. Big super kick. And the taxi from Palmer goes in for the cover. 1, 2. Kick out at 2 by Elise Miller. Siobhan Palmer could be looking to put it to an end here with the royal flush. But it looks like Elise countered. And at least for the moment she has. But Siobhan motivated to get the win here tonight. I think that she may be able to recover. Kaipora leg drop though by Elise. That's the kind of offense you need to be hitting on someone like Siobhan. And that right there may have just leveled the playing field as a 2 count. Nearly a 3 for Elise off of the Kaipora leg drop. Up to the top, but she is a long way away. Big hangover, the heel to the nose. Good God. 1, 2, kick out. Of course, that's why Alexa Smith isn't here tonight. She's healing up a fractured nose from Elise Miller's boot, landing right on her face. Went for a drop kick, but Siobhan evaded it, and a kick in the face to her as well. Maybe a little bit of payback, and another one. Saying, don't hit me in the face next time, sweetheart. Siobhan with a corkscrew. Shooter off the top. Goes in for the cover. 1, 2. Kick out at the last possible second by Elise Miller. Siobhan Palmer staying on the offensive though. She picks up Elise. Very smart. On the ropes, and Elise once again counters Siobhan. Very nice float over DDT. Lays the smackdown to Siobhan there. Now one of the most devastating maneuvers in professional wrestling, the head crank. And an Arabian press as well by Elise Miller there. That was incredibly impressive. Now a stomp to the arm, Siobhan back in, and a huge corkscrew roundhouse. Didn't get all of it, but staggered Elise enough. Forearm shiver there by Siobhan. Snapdragon from Palmer, and she could be looking to call for the end here. She attempted it earlier, and it was reversed, but I think she's got it this time. The royal flush onto Elise Miller. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, Elise gets the shoulder up. Siobhan thought she had her, and I think everyone here in Auckland thought she did as well. Siobhan picks her back up, knee stinger, and another kick, back and forth and back and forth. Elise Miller looking to take her down, and a nice JDT there by Elise Miller. Up to the top again, could be looking for the hangover. Nails it this time. No heel to the nose, a straight leg to the throat. 1, 2, kick out. Elise thought she had it, and I'll be honest, I did too. Arabian press once again to Palmer. 1, And a kick out at 1 by Siobhan Palmer. I can't believe that. Elise can't either. Rolling through with that senton. Back up to the top. Could be looking for another hangover. No, looking for a moonsault perhaps. Nails it. All kinds of offense being done to Siobhan Palmer, but doesn't matter. Jawjacker. Kick is countered. Kick to the inner leg by Elise Miller, and a stomp to the arm there by Elise, staggers her. Kick to Siobhan once again for this trapping DDT. Very impressive by Elise Miller. Kick is countered. Siobhan with a dragon screw there to Elise Miller. Now just attacking the arm of Elise Miller is Siobhan Palmer, putting the boots to her. Good Lord. Springboard moonsault once again by Siobhan Palmer. And she's got her in her sights. Elise staggered after that moonsault. Up once again. Royal flush from Siobhan Palmer. 1, 2, 3. And Siobhan gets the win in a hard-fought battle between two preliminary tag team challengers. Siobhan Palmer gets the win, and she is hyped as hell as we move into our next contest. Congratulations. And in our next one, we have got Ariana Warner taking on Kaylee Mercer in a match that has been brewing all month. Ariana hiring Thorns Pierce Skin to attack Kaylee in our backstage area. And Kaylee laying down the gauntlet saying, I want Ariana Warner in a one-on-one match, no holds barred. And her wish was granted, so here in FNF, Ariana Warner will take on Kaylee Mercer, no holds barred style. Ariana Warner, former Heritage champion, definitely wants to try and get back to those illustrious levels. Ariana Warner, one of the most impressive talents we have here in FNF. Absolutely incredible in the ring, especially with that devastating leaping stomp out of the corner. One of the most devastating maneuvers in FNF here today. Ariana Warner soaking it all in as if today could be her last day on Earth. She's not careful against Kaylee Mercer. It very well could be. Kaylee Mercer out now. Kaylee Mercer making her way down the aisle. Fantastic performer, multiple-time champion here in FNF. But she has never won the big one, the World's Championship, and a win here tonight could facilitate that, pushing her to that level. Ring the bell does CJ Wong. Ariana throwing Kaylee into the corner right away, sending her back over to the other side. A huge forearm smash. Ariana Warner with a big stomp to the head immediately. I was talking about that move earlier. 1, 2. Kaylee not put down, but that was very close. That's how devastating a move of that caliber is. Ariana Warner looking to keep this momentum rolling as she goes up to the top rope. Diving headbutt is evaded by Kaylee Mercer. Kaylee places Ariana on the ropes, looking for that backflip DDT perhaps. No, Ariana counters it into a stun gun onto Kaylee Mercer. Ariana having a counter for everything Kaylee's got so far. Ariana with a shot to the stomach. And a nice double stomp there by Warner as well. Kick in the face by Kaylee Mercer. Kame Goye from Kaylee gets her back into it, going for another one here. Nails it on Ariana Warner. Good Lord. Up to the top rope she goes. And a corkscrew shooter from Kaylee Mercer. And a springboard moonsault as well. So athletic is Kaylee. 1 count only, though, on Ariana Warner. Kaylee Mercer picking up Ariana Warner up on the shoulders. And a nice cradle shock there. Cradle to the grave. Ariana Warner is put. Now looking under the ring. Has a ladder. What does she intend on doing with that? Slides it in the ring. Kaylee Mercer grabbing Ariana Warner, putting her in the corner there. Counter by Ariana to Kaylee, and a huge chop in the corner. Went for another. Kaylee countered it. Kaylee Mercer with an emerald explosion onto Ariana Warner. 1, 2. Kick out by Warner at 2. Kaylee with a nice penalty kick there. Up to the top rope she goes. What's she have in mind here? A shooter off the top to Ariana Warner. Kaylee now looking for something big, but Ariana counters, shot in the stomach, into the face, and a nice step-up punch there by Ariana Warner. 1, 2. Kick out by Mercer at 2. Ariana saying she wants it a little quicker there. Nice forearm smash there by Kaylee, and another one. And a Pele kick there. Rest in peace as she goes for the cover. 1, 2, but not quite. Kaylee's going to have to do something big to put her away. One of her signature maneuvers, perhaps. And speak of the devil. Not quite a Canadian destroyer. A front flip DDT from Mercer. 1, 2, 3, and Mercer gets the win in an explosive semi-main event. Kaylee Mercer being put through her paces in that short but explosive affair, but gets the win, gets some retribution against Ariana Warner as we move into our main event. And speaking of the main event, it is Maestra Vuelo and Estrella Elite taking on Fleur Elise and Jamie Hayter. Estrella Elite and Fleur Elise in 2 weeks will meet for the FNF World's Championship. But tonight, it's a battle of tag teams versus factions. Maestra Vuelo and Estrella Elite have teamed all over the world. Maestra Vuelo picked up the biggest win of her career last week over Fleur Elise in an incredible main event, managing to do what nobody else has been able to in FNF and pin Fleur Elise. That right there is the kind of thing you put on a resume. And I think that it jolted Maestra Vuelo well up the pecking order. But her best friend, lifelong best friend, Estrella Elite, is the #1 contender, having beat Nikita Ventura for it a number of weeks ago. Maestra Vuelo definitely soaking in the adulation. Maestra in the ring. Now Estrella Elite looks to make her way to the ring. A world-traveled professional wrestler. Respected globally for her professionalism and her dedication to the craft. Estrella Elite looking to overcome all the odds in 2 weeks at FNF Presents Paradigm Shift and win the World Championship from Fleur Elise, who after last week, a chink in her armor has been shown. She is actually human, though it is going to be very hard, even after knowing that, to expose that weakness once again. And then there's Jamie Hayter, MNA's resident goddess, making her way down the aisle. She wears that mask because she says that the people are not worthy of seeing her face until it's time for her to knock some teeth in. Jamie Hayter, all business for MNA. No thrills, no frills. And someone who is all about the symphony of violence, Fleur Elise. The longest reigning FNF champion of all time now. As of today, she crosses off that record. Unseated Cassidy Clark for her first reign upon the reopening of FNF. She won it again, defeating Cassidy once again, unifying her 2 reigns. And Fleur Elise has only lost 1 time here in FNF, and it was last week to Maestra Vuelo. In one of the hardest fought matches in FNF history. Maestra Vuelo definitely has a lot to be proud of for defeating Fleur Elise, but she cannot let her guard be down. She cannot go into this being like, I beat Fleur Elise, so therefore I can do it again. Every time you get in the ring with Fleur Elise, you have to prepare for a symphony of destruction at the hands of the Beethoven General. Maestra will start off against Jamie Hayter. And Jamie going in for an early shot, but Maestra keeps her guard up. Big backbreaker there from Hayter to Maestra, though. And Hayter going in for a stomp to the hand, trying to deal some damage early. Full mount, but Maestra reverses the pressure and a couple shots to the face there from Vuelo. Maestra Vuelo, of course, generation superstar, daughter of the late, great Reina de Maestra, a 1WW stalwart back in the day. A nice arm attack there by Maestra Vuelo, up, off, and even springing off of Estrella for that nice Rana and assisted offense there. Maestra going up to the tippity top rope. What does she have in mind here? And an Aztec press from Maestrovuelo off the ropes. Big senton is countered by Jamie Hayter. Jamie and Maestra countering one another, and a huge lariat. One of Hayter's signature offensive maneuvers is a devastating lariat. DDT to the leg there by Hayter. And now just a stomp down, a curb stomp from Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter cranking on the leg of Maestrovuelo. Maestrovuelo on a bad way here as Hayter throws her back in the ring. Of course, we know Estrella Elite and Fleur Elise will do battle in 2 weeks' time. Hayter and Maestra currently do not have paradigm shift opponents lined up. They could definitely find themselves across from one another. It would not be out of the question. A lot of animosity there. And you want to talk about animosity, Maestrovuelo against Fleur Elise. Maybe the best FNF main event we have ever seen last week. And Fleur has not forgotten what happened in London as she nails a big Uranagi and a big sit as well. Kick in the face from Maestrovuelo, though. Look at the power for the neck breaker out of the air raid crash. And Maestra knows that Estrella wants in to get some reps in on Fleur Elise, and she will gladly give her that opportunity. Look at the power by Estrella, dropping Fleur on the top rope there. Kame Goye from Estrella Elite. And a nice corkscrew senton as well. Estrella all over Fleur Elise here. But Maestra gets back in. Estrella maybe wanting to savor the moment at Paradigm Shift in Melbourne, Australia in 2 weeks' time. Big punch in the face from Maestrovuelo. Fleur Elise, that definitely awakened the beast as Maestra is thrown in the corner. Jamie Hayter watching on as Fleur tries to yank the shoulder out of socket, and a huge chop as well. Up to the top rope she goes. You don't often see Fleur put opponents on the top rope without one thing in mind. This devastating avalanche butterfly suplex right down from Fleur Elise, the Beethoven General. Fleur Elise grabbing Maestrovuelo, but Maestra fights her off. Not having any of that. Maestra grabbing Fleur. Big tiger driver there from Maestrovuelo. And Maestra throwing Fleur into the corner. Could be looking to bring in Estrella. Not just opting to slam her head into the buckle instead. And a back elbow before anything further can be done. Fleur grabs Maestra, but Maestra fights out before Fleur can get over to Hayter's corner. And Fleur thrown back from Maestra into that corner. Maestra looking for another Pescado maneuver. She is jumping right in front of Estrella, this time not jumping off of her for that beautiful drop kick. Fleur looking like she was trying to make a tag. Jamie had the outstretched hand. Couldn't quite get it done. Back in the corner, Maestrovuelo's not done. She's going again. Once again, bounces off of Estrella Elite for the assist in the Rana. Maestrovuelo so confident with those rope-based maneuvers. That is years of training, folks, that you cannot learn without a lot of failure. The zero signal, the move she beat her with, even if it did take 3 attempts. Jamie knows that and is in for the break. Oh, a smack in the face. If there wasn't animosity brewing before, there is now, and an eye poke to Maestrovuelo. Jamie Hayter definitely not making any friends with Maestrovuelo. The smack in the face, the eye poke. Fleur Elise wanted that, though. Picks her up. Yokozuka cutter from Fleur Elise. 1, 2, and Estrella there for the break. Fleur Elise wants Estrella Elite, grabs her. big butterfly suplex, nearly tosses her out of the damn ring. Nice knee drop there by Fleur Elise. Maestra back up, slingshot into the lariat from Maestra Vuelo. And Maestra climbing to the top as Fleur crawls away, but does not want to give Hayter the tag. Fleur wants to get up on her own power. Maestra missed that elbow, but immediately rebounded, seeing Fleur's pride on full display. Kick in the face by Fleur Elise, though. Maestra and Fleur both have so much pride, but it is so much different in the display that we see. Maestra, the heart of a warrior. Fleur, the resolve of a warrior and a stone soldier. 1, 2, kick out, or rather a breakup by Jamie Hayter. Jamie stops herself, and Hayter maybe distracted Fleur there momentarily instead of Maestra, who missed that lariat. Maestra Vuelo all over Fleur Elise. Estrella Elite back in the corner. Big back elbow there. Turn around, up on the shoulders once again. 0 signal to Fleur Elise for the second time. 1, 2. And Hayter again in for the break. Hayter is playing a role to perfection, but oh my God, a donkey punch from Maestra Vuelo. Good God. And Fleur Elise in a bad way. A third 0 signal is what put her away last week, and she knows that. She knows that so well. Big German release from Fleur Elise. Fleur Elise now just driving the point of her knee into the head of Maestra Vuelo, repeatedly doing so, trying to incapacitate her or otherwise knock her unconscious. Maestra's been in for a long time. Big boy senton there by Maestra Vuelo, but the effects are starting to get to her. She may need to tag in Estrella Elite. Big hair whip there. Maestra, her pride not letting her do it without a little bit of a parting gift, it seems. Estrella Elite throws Fleur to the outside now and goes after her, but completely misses. Nearly landed in that fan's lap in the front row. Thank God for that. We did not have the lawsuit coverage for that. And Fleur fighting off Estrella Elite here, pushing her backwards. Big smack right from Fleur Elise. Fleur Elise went for a big shot, but ate nothing but barrier. Screaming at the FNF faithful, saying this is what a champion looks like. Fleur Elise in a bad spot. Tiger suplex. And now Estrella drags Fleur back to center. Wants to try and put her away here. 1 kick out, or rather breakup from Jamie Hayter. Estrella Elite went for the shot, but it was countered. Maestra Vuelo preoccupied with Jamie Hayter. Fleur Elise with a sleeper suplex onto Estrella Elite. And again driving the point of the knee into the side of the head of Estrella Elite. Just devastating, and a huge chop as well. That's what makes Fleur so dangerous. She doesn't so much have signature maneuvers as she just hits you until you stop getting up. Gamengiri from Estrella Elite. Fleur back up and just half shoots on Estrella there to take her down with that leg trip. Kick in the back from Estrella, or to Estrella, and a big sit as well. Fleur Elise looking for something here. Could be looking for bittersweet symphony, and she gets it. 1, 2, and Estrella kicks out of the bittersweet symphony from Fleur Elise. Picks her up. The fans are here for this one. Bittersweet symphony number 2, and Estrella taken down for her own good. And a huge toss from Fleur Elise. She is frustrated at Maestra Vuelo for all that's happened in this one, and she's going to make her pay. Fleur Elise not going to stop. Exploder suplex there from Elise. Tags in Jamie Hayter. Fleur going to take a breather, it seems. Maestra Vuelo back against the wall, picked up and reversed by Hayter. Pushes her away, kick in the face, and a punch in the jaw. right from Maestra Vuelo. Top to the arm there. 1, 2. In for the break is Fleur Elise. Fleur picked up by Maestra Vuelo. Big gut buster there by Vuelo. Elise rolls to the floor, and now the shots aplenty to the jaw of Jamie Hayter. Fleur Elise almost baiting Maestra in, but Maestra not going to go down without a fight. Fleur being told she's got to get out or they'll be disqualified, but she doesn't care about winning the match. She just wants to deal some damage to Maestra. Maestra, though, seemingly has reversed. Loose grip on the hips does not lead to a snap German, but does lead to something. Back and forth, Hayter and Maestra go. And Jamie Hayter all over Maestra Vuelo. Maestra used to fighting with her back against a wall, but this is incredibly strong odds. 2 world's champions fighting against a woman who's never held that honor. Tyga Driver to Jamie Hayter. Jamie in a bad way here. This could be the opening that Maestra needs. 0 signal. 1, 2. Broken up by Fleur Elise. Jamie Hayter in such a bad way, but Fleur was there, the partner she needed when she needed her. Oh my goodness, this neck breaker onto Fleur once again. And a bottom rope moonsault to Jamie Hayter. Maestra Vuelo up to the top. What does she have in mind? Calling Jamie to attention. Big seated senton from Maestra Vuelo. Spins her around once again. Fleur nowhere to save her. This time 0 signal. Fleur Elise incapacitated on the floor. Maestra wants her back in the ring while Fleur is weakened. This is not a state that will last. Maestra knows this. Fleur getting back to her feet already. And a shot to the jaw. Maestra becomes the only person in FNF history to have 2 victories over Fleur Elise. She is on the roll of a lifetime. As we close out our broadcast for the evening, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again next time.